In a land hidden beyond the silver mountains, there lived a gentle fairy named Alara. She had wings like petals of spring flowers and a heart full of kindness. Alara spent her days helping the forest creatures, healing wounded birds, and spreading joy through her magical songs. But not far from Alara's forest, deep within a twisted, thorny wood, lived a bitter old witch named Morva. Her hut was made of blackened stone, and her heart was filled with envy. Years ago, Morva had once been a fairy herself, but her desire for power turned her magic dark. She could not bear to see Alara happy and loved by all. One day, Morva brewed a powerful spell. "If I can take Alara's light," she hissed, "the forest will no longer sing, and I shall be the most powerful of all." She created an enchanted rose that shimmered with beauty, yet held a curse. Anyone who touched it would slowly lose their magic. Morva disguised herself as a traveler and left the rose in the heart of the fairy glade, knowing Alara's curious and kind nature would draw her to it. As expected, Alara found the glowing rose during her morning flight. She gently picked it up, and at once she felt a chill. Her wings lost their glow, and her magic dimmed. The birds stopped singing, and the forest grew quiet. Word spread quickly that Alara was falling ill. The animals wept, and the trees drooped with sorrow. The once joyful forest became still. But Alara, even in her weakness, didn't lose hope. "Magic may fade," she whispered, "but kindness never does." One night, as the moonlight bathed the glade, a tiny squirrel brought Alara a message. A wise owl had discovered the truth that the rose was cursed by Morva. Summoning her last bit of strength, Alara flew to the witch's hut. "Morva," she said gently, "I know what you've done, but I am not here to punish you. I'm here to ask why." Morva, shocked by her words, burst into tears. "Because I was lonely," she admitted. "Everyone forgot me. I thought power would fill the emptiness." Alara reached out her fading hand. "You don't need to steal magic to be loved. You just need to share your heart again." Morva hesitated, then took her hand. As their fingers touched, a warm light grew between them. The curse broke, and Alara's wings shone once more. But something more amazing happened. Morva's heart began to heal. Her dark robes faded, her gnarled hands softened, and her magic glowed with gentle light once again. From that day, Alara and Morva worked together to protect the forest. The fairy glade bloomed with flowers that never wilted, and even the thorns in Morva's woods turned into vines of gold. And so, the tale of the fairy and the witch became a legenda reminder that even the darkest heart can bloom with kindness and love.
Honor Magic 8 Pro. Get AI screen suggestions based on what you need. Just talk, it changes settings with AI settings agent. Honor Magic 8 Pro.
Hello, my friend. Shalwali here, getting you football ready with Snickers and beIN Sports. So, if you have a friend who's off his game, go to the website, tell me why, and I'll share the best commentary. Send your friend my commentary and enter the draw to win beIN Connect subscriptions. Meet me and watch the best football games.
Sunlight falling over the village. Nestled peacefully among rolling hills, Amara walks through the village square, her expression thoughtful as she watches other children play. She lingers on the edge of the group, a quiet observer of the joyful games. The peaceful atmosphere of the village, contrasts with the hidden longing in Amara's gaze. Sunlight bathes the cozy cottage, illuminating shelves full of books and flowers. Amara gently assists her grandmother in tending to their indoor garden. The cottage exudes warmth and tranquility, yet a sense of solitude lingers in the air. Amara smiles politely, but her eyes reveal a distant, faraway gaze. Lost in thought, Amara's mind wanders to another place. Deep in her thoughts, she reached the cottage attic. Dust motes dance in the sunbeams, illuminating forgotten relics. Amara, with eyes full of youthful wonder, treads softly through the silent space. Her foot catches, sending her stumbling, her hand grasping at the unknown beneath a pile of blankets. She kneels, pulling away the faded fabric, revealing a treasure from another time. A beautiful old dollhouse emerges from beneath the dust, its intricate details hinting at stories untold. Amara sits back, her eyes wide with fascination as she gazes upon the dollhouse. In the quiet of her room, she delicately sets a dollhouse on a small table. The dollhouse, a miniature world of wooden doors and crystal windows, captures her imagination. Amara whispers, her voice filled with longing. I wish I could go inside and see what it is like to live in there. Her eyes reflect a dream of stepping into the tiny, perfect life within. At night, the dollhouse glows with an otherworldly light, casting long shadows across Amara's room. Amara dozed off peacefully, unaware of the magic about to unfold. A surge of magic shrinks Amara, reducing her to the size of a doll. Her eyes snap open, wide with disbelief, as she finds herself tiny. Amara stands before the dollhouse, now a towering structure in her newly diminutive world. The dollhouse door creaks open, a silent welcome to Amara. Inside, the dollhouse pulses with light and music, beckoning Amara into its embrace. Tiny teacups fill with steaming cocoa, their warmth promising comfort. Amara settles onto the plush velvet couch, welcomed by its gentle bounce. Amara steps into the dollhouse kitchen, her eyes wide with curiosity. The sweet scent of baking cookies fills the tiny kitchen, a comforting aroma. Fresh cookies baked by themselves on a miniature stove. The rich aroma fills the air, creating a sense of warmth and comfort. Amara's fingers twitch, inching closer to the warm cookies. She touches the miniature stove, a spark of wonder in her eyes. She enters the dollhouse library, where books float in a mesmerizing dance. She steps further into the room, drawn by the silent beckoning of countless stories. A gentle touch as her fingers graze the spine of a leather-bound volume. Her eyes widen, reflecting the magical dance of the books around her. The library is filled with floating books, each one a portal to another world. She is surrounded by the silent, swirling tales of the dollhouse library. Amara stands before the dollhouse garden, her eyes widening as she beholds the explosion of colors. The tiny flowers seem to pulse with life, each petal a brushstroke of rainbow hues. She marvels at the delicate details, lost in the miniature world's vibrant beauty. The garden's charm fills Amara with a sense of wonder, her imagination ignited by its enchanting allure. Sunlight floods the dollhouse, illuminating the stillness as Amara steps into the miniature living room. A voice echoes, breaking the silence. "Welcome, Amara." Amara, startled, whirls around, her eyes searching. "Who said that?" A gentle voice responds, revealing the house's guardian. "I'm the guardian of this house. I am Leora. You awakened its magic by wishing with a pure heart." Amara's voice echoes in the tiny room. "Can I stay here forever?" Leora's gentle words fill the space. The house shows its wonders to kind souls, but it is meant to guide, not to keep. Leora continues, her voice soft yet firm. Each visitor learns something special. Her voice cuts through the silence. "You care deeply for others, but you sometimes feel lonely, don't you?" With heartfelt sincerity, she begins to gesture around the room. "The magic of the house isn't only in these walls," Leora says, her voice soft. "It lives in love, kindness, and the moments we share." Her eyes gleam as she insists, "You have that magic inside you." In the dimness of her room, Amara is captivated by the dollhouse's otherworldly glow. A strange sensation envelops Amara as she feels herself growing, reaching towards the distant ceiling. The dollhouse shrinks, its ethereal shimmer fading as it returns to its normal form. Amara blinks, the strange feeling receding as she returns to her normal state. Amara bursts into the cottage kitchen, her energy filling the cozy space. Her grandmother stands at the stove, a gentle hum escaping her lips as she busies herself with breakfast preparations. Amara's voice rings out with youthful enthusiasm. "Grandma, can we invite some children from the village over to play today?" Grandmother pauses from her cooking, her expression thoughtful as she considers Amara's request. The aroma of breakfast fills the air, a comforting scent mingling with the promise of a day filled with laughter and play. In the heart of the vibrant cottage garden, Amara stands encircled by a chorus of joyous village children. Their laughter dances through the air, weaving tales of friendship and innocent games. Amid the joyful chaos, Amara's gaze softly drifts towards the dollhouse, a silent guardian of forgotten dreams. A knowing smile graces Amara's lips, a secret pact with the past revive in her heart. "The enchantment lives on in my heart, a whisper of magic that exceeds time and space." The cottage garden breathes with renewed life, its flowers blooming in harmony with the stories shared and the memories cherished.
In a forgotten corner of the enchanted forest, where even the sunlight tiptoed quietly through the trees, lived an old witch named Morla. She was known for her dark potions, her stormy cloak, and the wild wind that followed her wherever she went. Villagers feared her, for they believed she turned children into frogs and cursed crops with a whisper. But what they didn't know that Morla was not truly wicked. Long ago, she had been kind and full of laughter until her heart was broken by betrayal. Since then, she chose to live alone, far from anyone who could hurt her again. Not far from her crooked cottage, hidden behind a waterfall, lived a gentle fairy named Leora. She was young, with wings like shimmering petals, and a heart as warm as spring sunlight. Leora had heard whispers about the scary old witch, but fairies believe in looking for the good in every soul. One day, while flying through the forest, Leora saw a crow with a broken wing struggling near Morla's cottage. The witch, standing nearby, scowled at the bird and muttered, "Why do they always find me?" To Leora's surprise, Morla carefully picked up the crow and took it inside. Curious, Leora hovered near the window. She watched as Morla mended the wing with a golden herb and whispered a soft healing spell. Leora smiled. "So the stories are wrong," she whispered to herself. That night, Leora crept into Morla's garden and left a small crystal flower on the windowsill as thanks for her kindness. Morla found it the next morning and was puzzled. She hadn't seen a flower like that in 100 years. Each day after that, Leora left something small and magicala glowing acorn, a humming mushroom, a bottle of dew that sang. Slowly, the witch's garden began to bloom again. Curious, Morla set a trap one night to catch the mysterious visitor. Leora fell right into it, caught in a net of moonlight and vines. Morla approached, her eyes cold. "Who are you?" she asked. "I'm Leora," the fairy said softly. "I only wanted to thank you." "For what?" "For being kind to the crow," Leora replied, smiling even as the vines tightened. "I knew there was goodness in you." Morla blinked. No one had said that to her in decades. With a sigh, she released Leora. "You're a strange little thing." From that night on, something changed. Morla and Leora began meeting at twilight, sharing stories, seeds, and laughter. The old garden turned vibrant once more, full of fairy dust and witches' magic. Birds returned, and the air felt lighter. The villagers noticed that their crops grew better, and strange illnesses vanished. They still feared the forest, but they whispered of a strange magic that now felt gentle. And so, a witch who had forgotten how to love, and a fairy who believed in second chances, became friends, and together, they healed not just each other, but the land around them.
Honor Magic 8 Pro. Powered by Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. With 100-watt Honor Supercharge. Honor Magic 8 Pro.
Welcome to Whispered Tales, where reality meets with magic. Once upon a time, there was a floating kingdom suspended between dreams and reality, called Lumoria. Their clouds blush pink with the first light, mirroring the warm beauty below. Fireflies dance like scattered stars, their gentle glow weaving through the serene landscape. The kingdom hangs suspended, a sign of magic and wonder, awaiting the dawn. As the sun ascends, Lumoria prepares to greet a new day, its beauty untouched and timeless. There lived a young and gifted fairy named Leora Moonstitch. She wasn't just any fairy. She was the kingdom's most enchanting fashion designer. Each dress in Leora's boutique is a shimmering design of enchanting fashion. Leora's world, where nature and shimmering fashion intertwine, creating a warm glow. Starlight Threads Boutique floats serenely on a lily pad. The boutique's gentle sway on the water adds a touch of magic. The dresses seem to dance in the windows, inviting all to experience Leora's unique vision. Leora used to sit serenely at her design table, enveloped by a gentle glow of natural light. Shimmering fabrics flow around her, resembling captured starlight. Spools of shimmery threads gleam like distant galaxies, each strand a universe of color. Her fingers dance with practiced grace, perfectly stitching a dress of sunbeam silk. She delicately adds raindrop pearls, each one scattering light in a celestial display. Finally, she sprinkles butterfly wing dust, adding an otherworldly glow. In Lumoria, fairies flutter through the kingdom and showcasing Leora's beautifully glowing designs. A fairy in a gown dances, the fabric flowing, a sign of the magic woven into every thread of Leora's creation. Another fairy, wrapped in a scarf, remains untouched by the chilly breeze, shielded by Leora's enchantment. The kingdom thrives with the enchanted designs Leora has brought to Lumoria. One day, when sunlight bathes Queen Seraphina's palace in a golden glow, illuminating the royal figure of Queen Seraphina Starbloom as she addresses her court, she announced, "And for this year's festival, I have a special request." She turns her gaze towards Leora, singling her out with a request. "Leora, your talent has not gone unnoticed. I would be honored if you would design my gown for the Festival of Eternal Blossoms." Leora, stammering slightly, responds with a mix of awe and panic. "Your Majesty, it would be an honor, a truly great one. I am just nervous about such a grand task." Leora arrives at the Silver Willow Grove, where ancient willows whisper secrets in the breeze. Moonbeams dance through the willow branches, casting an ethereal glow upon the enchanted ground. With graceful movements, Leora carefully gathers the shimmering moonbeam lace. Each delicate piece shimmers like captured starlight, a sign of Leora's dedication. She navigates the mystical grove exactly, her cleverness shining as bright as the moonbeams. Leora steps cautiously into the Aurora Caves, a realm of breathtaking beauty and veiled danger. The cavern unfolds as a mesmerizing network of crystal formations, glowing with beautiful light. She carefully gathers crystal thread, a luminous material humming with magical energy. The dual nature of Lumoria comes alive, a place where extraordinary beauty conceals hidden perils. Sky Lake glistens under the sun as Lyora's gentle warmth fills the air with a soft lullaby. Across the water, the SEA sprite's faint, beautiful song responds to Leora's melody. A shimmering strand of wave silk, revived with the colors of the ocean, drifts dreamily toward Leora. She collected the silk, and her mystical abilities connects with the magical beings of the lake. In her enchanted boutique, surrounded by shimmering fabrics and scattered beads, Leora is absorbed in her craft. Her brow furrows with intense concentration as her fingers dance with moonbeam lace, crystal thread, and wave silk. Each stitch is a sign of her dedication, shaping Queen Seraphina's gown with details. The air crackles with creative energy, hinting at the extraordinary design about to unfold. Valen, a mischievous wind sprite, bursts into Lumoria, his presence a whirlwind of untamed energy. His playful chaos unfolds, scattering Leora's fabrics across the heavens. The heavens, turning order into confusing untidiness. The skies transform into a vibrant, chaotic mess, colors colliding in a dance of unpredictable beauty. The kingdom is wrapped in a swirling embrace of scattered textiles, a sign of Valen's annoying touch. Her boutique turned into a mess. She was standing in between the chaos, her shoulders slumped. Every breeze sweeps over a half-finished dress form, she sighed, sign of her impossible deadline. Inside starlight threads, fairy lights cast a magical glow, illuminating delicate fabrics and antique sewing machines. Leora's fingers delicately trace the patterns on shimmering silk as the air fills with lavender and old paper. The most magical threads are the ones spun from kindness and courage. Her eyes snap open, a decision made. I have to ask for help. The soft glow of the fairy lights dances across her face as she makes her decision. Beneath the twin moons, Lumoria shines, its glowing beauty unveiled. Leora, with her radiant purple hair, stands as a sign of hope in the gown, each fairy adding their unique magic to the fabric. Giggles echo through the boutique as the fairies stitch and share stories. A relaxing sense of unity fills the air as the fairies collaborate on their magical creation. The fairies